right outside Zion National Park and getting ready to set out on a 4 to 5 week trek to Green River, Utah. Day 1, Day 2, Day 3, Day 4, Day 5, Day 6, Day 7, Day 8. All right, Day 9. Done a side hike this morning to check out this archaeological site. So a lot of these sites are in these nice alcoves. They gave the indigenous people cooler temperatures when it was hot, but usually it also allows for some sun in the winter time to actually warm them up. What makes this site particularly unique is that it actually faces north. Almost all the dwellings like this face south to get that winter sun. So this one faces north, which means it must have been a very special site for other reasons. Possibly great harvesting or hunting, or possibly it was just part of the nomadic culture and this was only used temporarily when the weather favored it. But let's go up here out in the sun and I'll show you some more of it. Here is a partial structure. See the circular shape, a better preserved one is up there. These might have been granaries and there might have been more habitation rooms as well here. It's not sure. They believe this is 1,000 to 2,000 years old, possibly a precursor to the Fremont people. This one's interesting. And yeah, I cannot believe the fools who have to write their names in ancient structures. It's just crazy. Cows are allowed in here, so they've kind of trampled quite a bit. Here's a grinding center as well. Look at all this stuff. This is pottery, little corn cobs. Cool spot. Hope it can be preserved. Coming up on Nipple Ranch. Nipple Ranch kind of sounds like a place you might find outside Vegas, but nope, here it is in Utah. Uh-oh, number 4 for the trip. It's hiding back there in a tree. Happy something to somebody. So this is the monkey house, it's called. Originally built in 1896 by a couple who settled this valley, the Woolsey couple. The rumor is that they had a monkey, a pet monkey, but it's also thought that that was a myth and possibly just called the monkey house because the rock it's built into kind of looks like a monkey's head. I'm not sure. I'm kind of going with the rock theory. It's a nice little house. Finally, some water. I just need to find a way down to it. It's a pretty deep gorge. Day 10, taking a break, filtering some water. Feels so good to have water again. I don't want to linger too long here though, because I think I might be on private property. It's a little confusing with the maps, and check my site for the latest information. But this part of the route from Monkey House over, I seem to have left public land, which is odd because I've seen other reports about people hiking here, including Kelsey's guidebook talks about it. I knew the area up around Nipple Ranch up there was private, you know, and I respected those boundaries, walked all the way around. You know, and sometimes there are these gratuitous keep out signs or no trespassing. And I saw one of those, I think, when I was outside the boundary. But this latest section, there was another. So I actually had to go past a no trespassing sign, which I really do not like doing. So I don't know. I'm curious to find out the true word on this. So stay tuned for that. But it's funny. I'm kind of nervous of all the crazy things I do out here. You know, hiking the cliffs with exposure, the cougars, like all the things that could get me out here. The thing that makes me most nervous are people. You know, and I do not want to come across a rancher with a gun who's willing to protect his land. Yeah, so I'm a little at unease right now,
and I'm going to grab some water and go and get to where I know the boundary is again, just to make sure. So anyway, that's the word for now. Day 10. Cheers. It's a cow grazing in its native habitat. I'm going to try to sneak by it without spooking it. Sorry, cow, just passing by. You can keep eating. These big cracks in the ground are making it hard for me to get to where I want to go. I want to be up there on those hills, but I don't want to cross this thing yet. All right, back to the sanctuary of public land. Feels good. So bring on the cougars and the snakes and the exposure and the lightning and anything else that can befall me. Let's not be a trigger-happy rancher. All right, let's keep her going. Kind of a fun little area. Trying to climb up these cliffs and get over to the next canyon. I'm having to weave my way in and out of these sandstone fins and pillars. And Molly's nipple back there. It's the general direction I'm headed, just up there. Just having to weave in and out of this stuff. My passage is blocked here. I'm gonna have to weave another way because I can't get past this little dry fall. Let's go back and look for an alternate route. Okay, still at it. Squeeze my way up through a little slot right down there. Still looking for a way to the top and over. Whew. All right, I'm probably making this harder than it should be. I should have just gone around, but instead I came through all those rocks. Finally up to this ridge now. And looking over here. Looks like a few different ways, but yeah, that's where I want to get to up there. All right, I am through the jumble of rocks. Finally up on top of the pass. Good old Molly's nipple. And now looking down into the Starlight drainage, where I'm headed.
Okay, I'm down in Starlight Canyon now, and I'm at one of the more interesting archaeological sites around. Check this out. So this cave was inhabited by the indigenous people 1,000 to 2,000 or more years ago. And what's really unique here is the artwork on the walls of these large figures, all done in charcoal and mud and other stuff. And it's been protected extremely well because of the depth of this cave, evidently. You can see how the ceiling is really charred from all the fires that have been had back in here. But yeah, look at some of these figures. There's figures all along this wall.
Those guys are just awesome.
These two are probably the best. Evidently cattle can get in here and they rub up against this wall, which is a shame. That's why you see all this mud and dirt caked on this wall. Some historical cowboy glyphs as well. There are some chips of pottery as well as miniature corn. Ouch. I have to watch my head in here. Now this cave is more typical in that it faces south. So here in a day in May, it's actually quite cool inside this cave, whereas later in the winter, the sun would actually be lower in the sky and shine in here and actually give warmth. So it's a perfect home in that sense. All right, pretty cool spot. That's all for now. Day 10.
Those look like bear tracks. Just can't imagine there'd be a bear down in here, but maybe. I'm hiking down Starlight Canyon, and it's so nice to be by running water again, so I can just filter some water and have a drink whenever I want it. And I was thinking, like earlier this morning or yesterday, I would have given anything just to have a whole liter of water to drink. And it got me thinking, is that human nature? Do we really want what we can't have? Because now that I have it in abundance, I don't really care. I'll drink a little here and there, but I can think of other aspects of life where that's true as well, where we really want what we can't have. So, I don't know. It's just got me thinking. Thought for the moment here in Starlight Canyon, day 10.
Canyon actually narrows up ahead. So at one point we're going to have to kind of climb down and go through some narrows. I think there's an easier way around this one. Go up and over.
Canyon starting to cut down through another layer of rock. I think this is the Shinley Formation. It's the formation that's responsible for the really nice painted hills lower down on the Paria.
So we've reached the spot, the water has sunk into the sand, and the canyon begins to slot up. We have to go down through that. Let's go. Okay, slipping and sliding. Looks like we may have to go through a pool. Let's see. It's actually fairly dry. I've done this before when it's been really wet and slick. Looks like all the water's coming back in down there. Yeah, see if that drip was up there, it'd be a different story. success. Okay, on down through Starlight Narrows. Okay, the narrows here are not very long, but they're fun to go through. And with that, it's pretty much over. Well, the slot is anyway. Canyon continues for a little bit longer, but that is by far the narrowest section. Okay, we have reached the bottom of Starlight Canyon. We are now in Kitchen Canyon, and we need to go that way to get to the Paria. Before we do that, we're going to go up canyon a little bit to check out something cool. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Kitchen Canyon Falls. Day 10.
Yikes! Look at the level of that flood damage. Yeah, Kitchen Canyon has a huge catch basin, so definitely not a place to be during a flood. Okay, the canyon's opening up because we are almost to the Paria. There's actually some petroglyphs and cowboy glyphs up on those rocks, but I don't really want to climb up there right now. So let's use my CSI Enhance tool on my camera to show you. All right, very cool. Check that out. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Okay, enough of this foolishness. We got to keep hiking. We have a long ways to go to Green River. And there she is, the Paria River. All right, and we're headed north this time. Yeah, so it's a rare occasion I'm actually walking north. I seem to always come down this corridor, but this time, the way I'm connecting stuff up, I'm gonna do a fairly long stretch south to north. So a little bit different. All right, here we go. I'm hiking in my Crocs and my socks. It's what I like to do on occasion. Bada boom, going through the water, I don't care. Here we go. We're in the Hog-Eye abandoned meander right here. The river used to come right through here, but it abandoned this route. So this is a rincon, and now the river flows over there in a much shorter path. Okay, we're still headed north. How long is that guy gonna last up there? Whew. Okay, I think I touch on this every time I'm around here, but we'll do it again. So people ask, why do you say Paria? I've heard so many people say pariah. Okay, well, it turns out the original settlement was spelled P-A-H-R-E-A-H. So Paria. They later changed the name when they got postal service. But the whole settlement didn't last very long. It became the Spencer Mining Camp, and then it moved location once. But all that didn't last long. But anyway, that's how Paria got its name. And as Kelsey and many others say, always remember Paria rhymes with Maria. So there you have it. Not like those original inhabitants would want to name their town Pariah anyway. Hey, are you a pariah? Yes, I just moved here. So anyway, there we go. That's the story of Paria. Kind of like the story of Maria. But I am known to mispronounce many things. I mangle many names, so feel free to correct anything that I've mangled on this hike or previous hikes. For instance, someone wrote and told me that Grosvenor Arch, the S is silent, so I've been saying that wrong for a long time. I'm sure there are others. All right, let's keep going. Cows! It's a stampede. Spooked the cows. Day 10.